Well, hello again. Another little short video. This is on my GWR. I had a faulty motor in that unit. This comes with a motor in there and a motor in there. And I was trying to build a schedule up, and what happened was the train got as far as here and just wouldn't pull any further. And what I found was that this unit was not driving. So uncoupled it, spent about 20 minutes trying to get the body off it. The thing is every body, when you take these locos apart, is different. Some have got screws in the centre, some have got screws on the end, some of them you've got to take the buffers out to get the body off, and I couldn't figure out how the hell you got this off here. So the next morning I went over to see Steve at the Hobby Goblin, and it took us about 15 minutes just to get the body off it. It is very, very tight. And in actual fact, once I'd got the body off it, there's a clip there on each side. But you can't really tell where the clips are. And we managed to struggle and get it off. In the end, we took it all apart, got the motor out, and we put it on DC, because that's what it'd be. And sometimes it'd go, sometimes it wouldn't. It's got an intermittent fault on it. So, that afternoon, rings Peter Spares up to get a new motor for it, and they inform me that they can't get any spares from Batman. Batman will not release spares. So then what I did then, I actually then contacted Batman, which I am a club member, and I got one. It's £20 plus £4 postage. 2 days later it arrived, and then I put it all back together again. Before I actually put the body on, I just made sure that the thing would actually run. Then it took me about another 10 minutes, 15 minutes to get the body back on it again. It was such a struggle. This train is a nightmare to get the body off. But eventually I did it, and it's now back in circulation. So what I did after that, so what I'll show you is this is how it looks. So when you take the body off, you've got this, which is the lighting board. The lights underneath. You've got 4 little pins. They're miniature little pins. You can just about see them. Those there, you take them off there. And once you've got them off there, this is what it looks like underneath with all the little lights, LED lights. You'll see one there which it says actually cabin, and there's one there which is the destination board, and you've got the cabin one again there, and they say that you've got those other pins on. So that's what it looks like underneath. You then come to the seating. You've then got to take those 3 pins out there to get this part of it off. Once you get that part of it off, you come to this with a bottom run unit. That little there, what you've got there is, it's like when you put in a decoder into a loco with a pin sticking up, this has got one which sticks up there. There's all the cables to it and everything else. So then you've got to take another 4, actually not those there, but those 4 there, you've got to take those 4 pins out there to get this off here. Once you've got that off there, then you come to the actual motor, and there's the motor with its drive shaft there. So it comes in a cradle, so you just take that off there and just pull it off the drive shaft, which just slots in. And so what I did is pull that off, and then say we tested the motor, which is faulty, and what you've got is actual fact is this is the motor. As you can see from my thumb, that's how small it is. It's a tiny little thing with its flywheel and its little drive shaft unit on the end, like that. So when you buy one, it actually comes with a cradle, so you don't have to do anything with it. Just take it, just put it in as it is. It goes in like that. Screw it down. Now what it is, because we've taken the cables off there, I couldn't remember which way round they were. So what I actually did is the new one comes with cables all attached. So all I did is solder the 2 cables to those 2 cables, so I knew that the circuitry was the right way around. And once I'd done that, it was all back and it was running quite well. So then it come back now then to running this schedule. Scheduling is actually putting each one of these programs that you want running into a schedule, give it a time slot, and it will all then operate automatically. So what you've got is, if I just do this for a minute, so what I've got here is, this is the schedule. So what I've got here is, this one here is moved to position, and what that's going to be is this one and this one. This one will go and sit over there. This one will come round, go over the crossover, which sits behind there, and come and sit where that one's sitting. Once it's done that one, this one is there. That will do its own little run. It'll stop there. The next one is, it'll go from there over the crossing and back into where it's just come from. And the fourth one is that these two here, this one which is here, which will go over that crossover and back to its position in the station, and this one which will be sitting over there will come to back where it's actually sitting here. When you're doing a schedule, you've got to do each one and time each one separately. So what I've actually got is, this is the scheduling for the 4. So at 11 o'clock it'll start the first one off, and 11:02:27 it actually finishes. At 11:02:30, which is 3 seconds after that one's finished, the second one will start up, which is actually the GWR one coming out. So at 11:05:17 it finishes. At 11:05:20 the actual GWR go back into its station position, and that'll finish at 11:06:50, and then 11:56:52 the position will go back to where it was. It's just a matter of doing them all. Now what happens is when you put these in like this, normally what happens is you get this, the green ticks come up. Now what you've got now is, if I click all them, what actually is as it's set at 11 o'clock, when this clock sits at 11 o'clock, this lot will kick off. So if you've got trains on the track in the wrong position, then everything gets smashes and everything else. So you've got to make sure that when you finished your playing around with your programs, you just untick these boxes like this, like that, and then you just click that and it'll actually save them. So what you've got now is, I'll just put them all back in again, so they're now ready. Now this is, put it back to the way it is. So what you've got here is, on the first digit you double click and then you put in 10:59:55. You'll see that in a second. So if I now double click onto this one here, you see it flashing. I'll now put in 10:59. Let's do it again. For me, I can't see what I'm doing here. Right, do it again. It's right, I'm in the wrong spot here. Let's do this again. 10:59:55. Now that will now tick those 5 seconds. It is, and off it kicks. So these two now will do what they've got to do here. That one started up, that one's now start up. Yeah. This will now move out. The CV on this one for acceleration is 120. Because if I put that on cruise, that'll go off like a rocket. And I don't want it doing that because it's pulling ore wagons. So it looks more realistic. So this thing normally is over there before it gets to full speed. So it looks more realistic. And this is the thing with CV3. You see like this one here, this one's set at 40. So when this sets off to do 70 mile an hour, it doesn't go at 70 mile an hour straight away. So CB3 is the acceleration speed which you're going to use, and of course CB4 is deceleration. The higher the number, the longer it takes. So this is now going over here. While that one's still running, look, that was a program. This is one program I built on its own. As you can see, the clock. So what you do is, on the first one, you've started off at 11 o'clock, and now you watch this until it gets to where it's going to be, and this should be 11:02:27. And then you can start your second one. As I say, it's coming round slowly. Because again, it's got cement wagons on, so they're not a light wagon, if they were full, of course. So that was now going to come round here, and it's going to sit round here. You can hear the points then rechange again. This will stop round here. And it actually stops there. That is a marker. That's why it's sitting there. So I know that that should be where it should be. So that's done that. That one's done that. They're now shutting off at 11:02:30. That's it. That's this one now going to start up. I say this is a lovely train. I just love this one, but say to get there, if you've got one of these, it's going to take a long time to get the body off. And then you've got all the little pins. Make sure you put them all in a little tin or some container, because it's so small that, you know, you've got a really tiny Phillips screwdriver to actually do them. Of course, this one has actually got in the train announcement system in as well. It's not in there, it's a separate thing. So you notice it was this announcement's going on while this thing's doing its own little sound bits it's got to do. There it goes. So when I did it this week last time, it stuck there, wouldn't go any further. And it was just the motor in that unit there. Now that one there, my 150, that is all body and all motor. The unit on the back of it is just a coach basically, whereas this one's got two motors in it. You know, if I had a problem, I could always just take the gearing out and run it as a back coach. So that's going to be doing this bit as it's got now. And here it is. This will now stop. This is a low 11.5, 15, 17, and that'll go to 20 and it'll kick in. Another 2 seconds. I'll start up again. There's its lights. You can actually see a little indicator board there. So ingenious this one is. Again, another well-made Bachmann product. You say it's got no lights on because it's just going to return back to where it's just come from, so there's no need to have the lights on. Also, I did change the CV on that one there, because normally what actually happens is when the thing starts off, the backlight, the coach light in there actually turns off. There's a way of actually making sure it just stays on. Now it's just going to come back and go back into its platform again. Here it comes. I say we all like to run trains, but this is just another way you can actually just sit and watch your trains without any worry. Well, it's done that one now. It's now going to finish. Well, now what's going to happen is this one here and that one over there are going to start up again. This one's going to cross over the crossover there and come back to where it was on the station over there, and the one over there is going to come back to where this one is here, and that is the finish of the 4 programs into the schedule. I've had a quiet week so far. It's a good job because it took me basically a week to get that thing sorted out. But again, when I do things for people, they get priority over me fixing my little bits. There it goes. It'll get just over that, on that crossing there, and then it'll speed up a bit. Yeah, speed it up. And the points go back again. It'll now come round to here. And finish this a little bit. Here it comes. So all my different, when I do programs, they all have to have the same wagons or the same coaches, because heavier coaches will slow the train down a little bit, or you won't notice it, but it'll throw the program out. So you've got to make sure that as soon as this one here, and that one there, and that one, and the ones over there, and this one, have all got a set piece of, we call it furniture, to keep them running. So this one's got a little program on its own anyway, this one has, besides this one here. So once this one's done this one, what I'll actually do is you've got to wait for it to come around here, and I'll show you in a second. Here it comes. Now you've just got to sit and wait and watch this. 11:09. Wait for the engine to die down. So call it 11:09:39. Call it 40. So after that, on here, I can put in 11:09:40. So the next one, which I would actually add on, it would go down to 42, which is most probably would be that one. Bring it and do a little operation. So that's another one added into it. So you can add as many as you want into the system. The main thing is making sure your programs are exact. If the programs aren't, your trains are not where they're supposed to do, and then it'll just throw it out. So you've got to watch this, just watching your trains go around. So if anybody wants me at any time, I'm on 01782 302194. My email address is there as well. And if you go to the, like this, go to here on YouTube and click on here and go to Hornby Railmaster Brian Hughes, like that. This is what you'll get. Now if you actually just click onto the little icon here, like that, and what you'll actually find is just over here there's a little button there that says donate. So if anybody wants to donate to my channel at any time, it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's 50p, 10p, what the hell it is. It's all gratefully received. But also, when you subscribe, you're not paying for subscription. It is a free subscription. It's not like paying for a newspaper. So please subscribe as well, and I will see you again soon. Bye.